Alright, so draft is on. G2 took red side again, so I guess red side is just OP in EU now. I wonder if Caps is just going to play Syndra.
Kind of weird. I mean, we know that Perks plays it, but it seems that Rogue's game plan is remove as many AD carries as possible. Remove anything that can have a decent.
That's how every role works? No, that's not how every role works. Like, really good mid laners think mid lane's OP.
Rogue want G2 to lock in Kalista.
Mo said it's the best, but also it's the hardest role. I don't even think jungle's hard. I think jungle is like pretty easy to play. It's just like, yeah, it's really like brain dead right now. I think that they made jungle like one of the easiest roles, but also one of the worst. I think it's actually the opposite of what Mo thinks. Because there's no thinking in jungle anymore. Like, you just literally just gank like whatever lane you're close to and just hope they die. Like, it's just not like. And like lanes don't actually go the way you expect them to. Okay, so Yanko's on the Hecarim for game 5. Okay. Interesting. Are they gonna run Shen with it? What's the plan? What's the plan, boys? First pick a Kali. We gotta get a Zoe or we gotta get a Syndra. What are we getting? What should the offset be? The offset is whatever the delay is between me and you, which you have to just see like how long it is between when I sing. You played solo queue for 10, or you played jungle for 10 years, of course you think it's easier. No, it's easier now than it's ever been. Trust me. Like, you used to have to manage like HP, mana, like all these types of resources in your clear. You used to have to be able to like count jungle camps and stuff like that to know exactly where the person was, like counting CS and stuff mattered. It's just like they removed everything that made jungle like hard and unique, and they made it just brainless.
9 wins, 4 losses. The last time he played it was in the playoffs in spring versus Misfits as well. And this is a guy that has a penchant, a history.
Like they gave you all the timers. You used to have to time enemy buffs. You used to have to time dragon. Like all this stuff that junglers had to do, they just took out of the game. They just made it easier and easier and easier over time.
Yeah, this is a statement, but it's a long time coming because Hansam and Vander absolutely have had their counterparts' number, and now Rogue are saying very much it is again about playing and dominating through that bot lane, similar to the Kalista in the last game, but this time just a little bit more explosive. That Draven path, you cash in on big money, and you can carry.
Okay, so GP ban again from G2. I don't understand these GP bans. I really don't get the GP bans. Why is G2 consistently banning GP when Finn has literally inted every single time he gets it? Set ban. Okay. I just don't understand it at all. They have to know something that I don't.
G2 actually going to ban away the set themselves. Of course, the Lilia is still up and available. Clearly, they do not consider it a problem, and Rogue could still lock that in. I would be surprised if we saw something like an Evelynn, but of course it is an option in the current carry jungle meta. And then there is Graves as well.
Keho1231, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Welcome.
Will be the last one from Rogue. Ornn is still open and available. If anybody on Rogue wants to pick that up, and it's going to be the Shen. I think that's quite
okay, so they're just running. So G2's just running the Shen Hecarim comp. Okay. Draven for Hansama. What's gonna be the jungle pick here? Does he go for Graves? Mordekaiser's a decent pick. I think it'd be like Mordekaiser, and I think Graves would be fine then. Why they ban GP? Well, now I know, dude. I didn't know 5 seconds ago when I asked that same question. What? Aatrox? I'm not sure I fuck with the Aatrox, dude. Actually, I'm pretty sure I don't fuck with the Aatrox. I don't even think it's good. It's a Shen anymore.
If their plan is to run the Lilia, then they would have way too much magic damage. So I think that they're saying we need an AD top laner.
Lilia isn't good at Hecarim either. Wait, I'm pretty sure Rogue is griefing their entire team with this draft. I'm pretty sure they just griefed their own draft super fucking hard. Just go Syndra. Go Syndra on pick 5.
Crazy surprise in terms of how the draft has played out. The Aatrox, the Draven, secured.
I mean, they're drafting comfort, right? Like, Finn is known as an Aatrox one-trick. Hansama used to be a fucking Draven one-trick. Guess it makes sense. Did Aatrox get buffed? Nope. Hey Dom, any thoughts on the GP ban? Oh yeah, no, exactly. Like, it just makes sense why they did it. Like, it's pretty fucking obvious why they banned GP. If you don't understand the GP ban, like, I can't even help you because it's so, like, I don't know what level you're even thinking at if you don't understand the GP ban here.
Allow Lilia to steal camps, whatnot, play early game. I want to see if Rogue have a level 1 plan again because that was so crucial for them in game number 4.
Quick shot, your only goal this game is to track the adoration stacks and then see what that money pot is, assuming Hans Sama can get it. Because if he can't, then I think G2's in a great position.
It's so obvious.
This is a rogue show, and they're making their way to
Game 5 comfort. I mean, it makes sense to go Game 5 comfort. I just think that this is like weird draft, man. I don't think it all matches up. I'm not a fan of it.
Rogue have pushed G2 all the way to game number 5, and they pull out the Aatrox and the Draven, both champions that Finn and Hans Sama have not played since spring, respectively. And just a little tidbit, Finn last played Aatrox against G2 in Week 8 spring and actually lost that game.
And what I think is really interesting, when we look at Rogue's history...
Kimi Pan to force the Aatrox pick fucking 5-head play. True.
Pretty much everyone was in agreement.
Yeah, they definitely... I'm sure that Rogue really wanted to put Finn on GP for Game 5.
And a couple of circles, which I'm going to remove very quickly.
2, 1.
But what was really
On pause.
fascinating
All right,
was
here we
how,
go.
like, when you then went into spring playoffs, the surprise
What do you
was
think
how
Ellis is saying about B4 Aatrox? Well, I don't fucking know.
at the end of
I
the
assume
spring,
that he thinks
they
it's
couldn't
terrible,
take down
too.
Origin, and it was
It's also,
the
like, pretty bad
hierarchy was
into,
established. They were
Hecarim.
supposed to be the awkward cousin that kind of looked afar at the
What is
3
000?
successful family members, and that they wouldn't get a piece of the pie. But
Why are
coming
people
into
spamming
this
that?
split, they leveled up. Of course,
Or
many teams around them fell
I don't get it.
apart,
I
and
don't
think
understand these new
community
memes.
members, analysts, casters, everyone was looking at this team and saying, like, Rogue is going to falter. Rogue is going to fall. They're not going to be able to challenge the top 2. But here they are. They're in Game 5. They're locking in comfort picks, and they're taking it to G2 and showcasing that they can compete with the best that Europe has.
Rogue have just been waiting the entire split to play against, a G2 or a Fnatic that are playing really, really solid League of Legends. And now
Dots
testing
appeared on screen.
G2,
I
pushing
didn't
them
say.
all the way to a Game 5. And
Was
now
reading
it's back
chat.
on Sama, the man on your screen on his Draven. You can already see how much pressure, Perks.
Why are you not showing the game? I don't know, man. I don't know at this point. I just never considered showing the game. I'm just like an incompetent streamer, so I just like didn't think that people would actually want to watch it.
Running the Soul Reaver Draven skin into Senna. The synergy, the skinergy, everything is so
Good trade from Wonder early.
Wonder and Finn trading a little bit back and forth.
Look at Inspired now. He went
Well,
blue
looks
up
like Shen just
now,
wins
and
this lane to
blue
me,
up.
but
Jankos is
who
gonna
knows?
find him. Jankos just ignoring him for the time being because with the early prio level.
Can
teams came
can
with
Jankos
Sama
even
and
sneak
Finn
this? I don't know.
up here, and Inspired should be able to pick this one up, no problem.
There is a potential
I don't think he can. I think he hard griefed this.
Bottom lane has moved in towards
pathing
the
was
side,
insanely
wants to
greedy by him.
force Jankos away, but he's going to lose his blue buff.
What was Inspired's pathing though? Inspired did blue to enemy blue. That seems kind of like a grief as well.
With these champions, and Inspired doesn't overstay. Jankos doesn't even get his Gromp camp. He's
Could
gonna
probably
have
get
to
more
back
views
to the
showing the
top
game,
side.
true.
So one more time, Jankos being slowed down just a little bit, thrown off his game early on, and not able to find any early moves.
And it's just so exciting to see new junglers.
Welcome to the feature where only subs could see it. No, that's what I meant. I forgot about that. I forgot I put the VODs on sub mode and the stream on sub mode as well.
Used to think of just as an Olaf one trick, and if you didn't get Olaf, he was awful at anything. And he's shown diversity, especially last weekend playing all the meta junglers.
Jankos didn't want to go to Crab there, or go to Golems there. He went to Crab instead. Okay.
On Rogue's ability to make it to game 5.
I wonder if Finn is just going to be down a million CS like he is every game, or if he'll actually win this lane with Aatrox.
He wants to make sure those base camps are cycling faster because level 6 for both Aurelia and Hecarim, big CC tools. Give you a lot more gank
top lane,
opportunities.
look at
And he
top
wants to
lane.
stay around
Boots
bottom.
pink first,
Down the
back.
bottom row, there's a dredge
Yep.
line.
Oh, Hansama!
Wait, Aatrox is getting jumped on.
He flashes forward, and through the
And bot lane lost again for G2. That's crazy. They're losing bot lane every single game. They probably need TP from Wonder. They have to call Wonder CP in, I think. There it is. Oh, it's Syndra's TP.
Tower shots will tag him. They'll get the teleport out of Caps. That will force the flash from Inspired. So the TP and the
I wonder if Caps could have stunned there if he grabbed the right ball. If he grabbed the ball instead of the minion and threw it at Inspired, I guess they still can't kill him.
Sacrificing his own lane not to get a kill.
Not good for Caps' lane, obviously.
Hans Sama and Finn
Look at top lane though.
putting
What
on
happened top lane?
show in
Look at top.
this series.
Guys,
Frosco
everyone just look at top right now.
They won both sides.
That's the Aatrox for you.
The matchup, and now they're winning with the Draven once again. Now you expect this in the 2 versus 2, but the fact they're able to find that kill onto Mickey so early, taking advantage of a small mistake and catapulting it into what could have been a massive.
And Wonder still has TP, by the way.
Just got
And
very
Flash.
Lucky that it wasn't Hans Sama that got that kill.
Bot lane's been great for Rogue, but don't look at top lane. This is just
Second base, he's on
Not
6
the one
CS.
too
That's
close. We
crazy.
saw a level 1 trade where Wonder was able to at least push Finn away. And then it just looks like the wave has been completely denied. Now, admittedly, he does have 2-ish waves.
Damn, he's
in front of
respecting
him,
the jungler here.
that'll help a little,
Wonder
but there's
is.
still a gigantic advantage at level 4.
He's making sure he waits until his jungler's here.
Wonder still has his TP.
Wait, they can go on this, I think.
Only a level down, but has already used it. Now Jankos looking for the play. Of course, that ward will spot him out, but Caps can look to try and push.
They can
him
probably
away
force him off
from
this
the
wave.
private zone.
They might be able to force him off this wave.
the pressure.
Wonder his flash. Can they E-flash into the Hecarim play?
All his bot side camps up. He wants to play
I think they're going for it. Go top! Pan top! Observer, please look top right now. It's so important. This literally determines the entire game. If they actually could deny this wave, okay. They're fine.
Also going to get some backup from Cap, so if they overstep, there could be problems.
But this is major fallout for Rogue, because look at this. Rogue are trying to set up a freeze. They might just win the 2v2 anyways.
Oh man, the dredge line connection. Remember, there's no flash, no exhaust for Mickey. Summer not able to get enough time for those autos.
Fit out of the
This time around, they
LEC?
almost back.
What I'm trying
I don't
to
know.
say
I don't
is
think he's like the
Red
worst
Team
top laner in
top
LEC.
lane
I think that
is
just like when you
saving
play
Finn.
against
Just
Wonder,
bot lane right there, and that's
Blippo,
huge.
these types of players in playoffs, you're going to get exploited a lot of the time.
Flash, 4 perks. Lantern is available, but look, Vander and Hunt Summer just again and again. That's the flash. Riptide.
No
That's the
flash here
auto as
for
well. Hunt Summer needs
perks.
to try and
No
get
flash here for
control of
Hansama
the
too.
set
They
forward.
actually live here.
He's gonna be able to run away, and here comes
Oh.
Jankos. Now all of a sudden, Hunt Summer
And
is
Jankos comes in, gets the kill.
gonna be a kill back
Okay.
to G2 on
Really
the
good for
Hunt
G2.
is
That's
over
super
it
good for G2.
It's just been cider. Oh, that's
Wonder-
huge.
Wonder's gonna go under the tower, and it's gonna be a trade. No, he gets
Oh, Wonder, he's smurfing on the kid so hard. Oh, Finn is crying, dude. Finn is going to cry. Holy shit. Alright, it's okay. Hey, maybe Finn isn't in the same ballpark as Wonder in game, but at least Finn's good looking, right? That's what we gotta. That's the narrative you gotta push. Finn is good looking, so it doesn't matter that he's outclassed.
Finally shows his face the moment Vander commits his flash, and that's when they lose their life.
And it's insane to see that Perks is not only even on CS, but able to withstand all of the pressure. Vander is just trying so hard to find him. While all that's going on,
He is
not
hot,
paying too much
exactly.
attention to last
That's what we're
week.
saying.
Both of whom have hit level 6, pretty even on the farm. But this is just
Are you
gonna be
playing the
such an
Wonder is bad
interesting
looking?
game as G2 currently have the gold.
Dude, actually, I don't know, man.
Lost is going to put some damage down.
What happens if Wonder gapped him in looks and in game? That'd be nuts.
Right now, this game is not about mid laners. But
Also, I'm surprised that Caps had the confidence to walk back up there. That seemed crazy to me. Oh, look at Finn. Look at Finn. He's about to fucking freak out. He's about to cry.
Caught up by some
Wait,
damage,
what?
but you can see that Inspired.
They could have killed him. If they really wanted to, they could have killed him. They could have used Chenault and killed him 100%. But they decided, hey, he's missed the CS. It's fine. Don't waste it. It's not even worth killing this guy anymore.
But this is the first game we're just having serious ramifications for the rest of Rogue, because I have to say it again. Wonder just one bot lane.
Nah, Jankos, like, Wonder was catching the wave there, so that's why they didn't make that decision. It's not that bad from Jankos.
Once again, with the wave on his side, he's up 30 CS and can continually fight into Finn.
Wonder is just styling on him now, and again, you can see the Lilia hovering around the top side of the map. She's positioned in a way so that she can help secure this Rift Herald, and of course, the bright side for Rogue is that
What are
this
these
Drake
circles?
becomes a
Okay,
lot
nice,
harder
man.
to
He's doing the Rift
contest
Herald. I
because
see
of
the
how
yellow circle. Oh!
consistently this bot wave
There's
is
wards
pushed
on the
in favor of
circles
Rogue.
as well.
Now looking for a play in mid. Larson still has the ult.
It's the Shroud. That's a flash already
Oh,
used,
that guy's
and
dead.
Jankos
Maybe.
is
Oh,
able
wow,
to
he actually got
get
R2 off.
Trades the flash.
Didn't think he was going to get it.
That was
Larson
really
flashed,
well
though.
played because the
That's
Fear
worth.
was going to knock him in range of Caps' ultimate.
Herald is not done.
That ult,
Jankos could get Herald here.
Takes him to safety. Jankos now fails.
Oh, wait, he didn't have smite, but then he lowered it into smite range. Jankos kind of griefed that, I think.
Vander is on the roam as well, all the way out of that bottom lane, so he gets out of dodge. That's going to mean Finn can walk up and pick up the Rift Herald, but I hate to do him like this, but Finn getting the Herald is the worst out of anyone, because all Inspired wants to do is pick the Herald up and run to bot lane, and now it's forced to go to Finn, and Finn, it's just going to recover some gold in the top lane, but he's always going to lose this matchup. It can never be used to snowball Larson or Hansama unless he can.
Oh my god, did you see that Finn CSing on the cannon?
45 seconds with
He
a TP.
E and auto reset for no reason. He could have just let the turret hit it one more time and just autoed it, but he E and auto reset and it lived with 1 HP and the turret got it.
And when you're winning
Oh,
against
man.
Draven, you prioritize the winning way.
Yes, but
Ah,
that's
he's so
something that
nervous.
people
You can
are
tell he's
harder
just
when
like
Wonder
choking out of his
is
mind right now.
So,
Yeah.
as Endo was talking about earlier, they wanted to make these plays happen. Notice that Perks and Mickey, they were so overextended in that lane. There were so many opportunities for them to get kills, but the jungler wasn't there. Now that Wonder has...
The mode is LCS. A player like Finn wouldn't even get offers from LCS. We only take either like people that were good that are super washed up, Or like complete fucking randoms.
Upgrade some of his items. Like, if Rogue commit too hard to a bot play, Caps could TP in, Wonder could ultimate in, and that bot play is not as safe. So I think for the time being, they just want to take advantage of the fact that Handsome and Bandit have a lot of lane.
The turret gets gold and scales way better than Finn.
Just look for
That's
a
just
good
me.
skirmish or a
Alright.
fight to get him really snowball.
Over 180
His
adoration stacks on
scaling is
Handsama's
not that
Draven,
bad.
by the way, just as an aside. And at 10 minutes, neither team has a significant advantage. So unlike many of the previous games, the game's not quite over yet.
I do really like this play from Rogue. They realize the Shen ult, a big problem. Finn's lane up here not going great either. So let's actually get out of the laning phase. We're going to bring the duo.
Wonder has a
towards
ton
the
of gold
top
right
side
now. They're
That's
5-manning him
where
top
Kill is
though.
gonna be able to be dropped
He's got
down.
ulti though.
I mean, Perks is very late on the rotation. He didn't even
So,
take the reset. He went back bot lane. Now
He
he's
could
trying to
potentially
go
ulti up here. They have Syndra TP as well.
Take this tower very, very low with 4 members of the
Oh
top
my
lane
god, the
already.
whole fucking squad is showing up.
Bottom lane to be able to respond.
They're really trying to help Finn out with this lane.
Finn's going to start to back away. Decide to hold on
You're not going to drop the Herald before you base here?
He has the
Interesting.
TP.
Okay.
Shen
I
ultimate
think this
is
is
also
definitely a Herald
available.
angle.
Here it comes.
Ridgeline will connect onto Mickey. And let's still
They have
lock
ulti
down
for
Joey.
Mickey here.
That's it. Picked up
Guess
by
they didn't
Handsome.
they didn't use it.
Total goal. Now Munbers of G2 are underneath the
Caps
tower.
is no flash.
Jumped on. They get a reply. That's a 1-for-1.
Can they do anything?
Here comes
Yanko's coming in. Okay. Larson is dead.
Forced
Larson's
to
no flash.
execution to
He should
run
just be
for his
dead.
life, but he's left for dead. There's no one around to save him, and he will get Rampage down. 2
Let's
kills
go.
to G2. The Herald was not popped either, so they didn't even get the tower.
Observers, if you can, though, let's swap over to the gold. Thank you very much. 4.5k total sitting on Draven. He's going to be pretty happy picking up that large chunk of gold.
Winner still has
so
TP?
while G2 did come out ahead in terms of kills,
Caps didn't
the
even
fact
ult
that
there.
that shutdown went onto the Draven means that Rogue is still in a great position. They've got themselves the Bloodthirster. They're going to be able to drop the Rift Herald bot, and they're going to get themselves a little bit more gold.
Yeah, Finn will pick this up even if he
Do you
does
speak
run
Spanish
away. So
fluently?
that's 2
No.
plates for him. Not the most
Puta.
at the end of the day. Had
All right,
the
let's see.
top maybe a difference, but
At least Aatrox gets some gold there.
Bloodthirster, and that is a huge
Titanic Hydra plus the Executioner's Calling. I like that there, so he can apply the
to finish off this first kill, and they start to realize
skill
they
itself.
can't commit on
Damn,
gas.
Wonder actually didn't get the taunt there.
But
Sucks.
Caps did teleport in this fight, so he's able to knock him out immediately after the TP. How much gold? I missed it. I missed it.
Yeah, I missed it as well. I was looking at so many other things.
Yankos came here on the ultimate though, and that of course.
He did get gold. The person that drops Herald gets gold.
All the way up towards the top side to make this happen.
It's supposed to just give you the gold. It's not supposed to be on distance. If it didn't go there, then it was bug.
The gold lead sitting on his side, and obviously Larson was shut down there just in the jungle. So it's 4 kills to 2, only a 400 gold lead at 12 minutes. A couple of plates were secured in the bottom lane with that Rift Herald. But just to keep pointing out, Finn is still 40 CS down, and Handsama is where the lead is for Rogue. You can see G2 starting to put a few members in to catch him in the top lane.
Very happy to see that so far in this early game, though, it's very even. Game 3, it
That
a
was
stop
the
for G2.
most
Game 4,
English
it was a
speak
stop for
puto
Rogue.
I have ever
Someone
heard.
took the
LOL.
risk of having
Yeah, that was the
trouble
least
one side
English
of the
speak
game.
English I've ever heard in my life.
Both teams
True.
Still going toe to toe, very clear advantages on both sides. And really, what I'm looking at is when do these 2 mid laners come online? Which carry will have a
Finn has left the game. Come on, it's not over yet. You're not going anywhere.
So far, slowly racking up gold and kills, and while you can see everyone leaving the game, can confirm no one has in fact left the game.
What happened top? I wasn't watching. I don't know what was happening top.
Competitive integrity reasons, so when game will continue, there's no
I-
problems here, and,
I don't know, man.
the
You tell me.
observers did tell
We weren't watching it either, to be honest. The camera wasn't up there. So, essentially, Wonder just hard won the first 2 lanes. The first 2 waves. Forced Finn back. Finn TP'd and then got ganked. And then had to base again. And he was 6 CS at, he was 6 CS after his second base, level 3, to Wonder's level 5. And this is what's happened ever since.
We have been talking a lot in this series about the 2 junglers and how Jankos has really struggled to adapt to the current
12K and look who shows up. Yep, it's true, dude.
Kinda had his
Crowdy's a
numbers
fake
for the
one.
majority of the series. Now he's very close to Trinity Forces. Never mind.
He's only coming in once you get the
Flash away from Wonder. Handsama's
the
trying to
12.5K.
check.
Hey, also, LS is streaming right now. Don't tell him the Crowdy's in there, right? This is his little secret.
Larson is making his way down.
If he finds out, face check might get canceled. That's all I'm saying.
About Inspired has definitely since round 1.
He didn't
found
get
his
ganked. He did
impact.
get ganked.
And the
They
point
just
that I
didn't
want
show
to
it.
get at was
I watched it on the minimap. He got ganked and had to back again.
Carry threat. You can see that the Draven ultimate going to clear out the way. Very nicely done. Going to slow down this push. Going to give Rogue the opportunity to take that bot tower. But now Jankos is getting very close to that Trinity Force spike. Continuing to clear out his jungle. He's doing very well in the department.
Hegarum's almost on Triforce. Hegarum's also considered pretty good into Lilia, so it should be fine.
the moment Caps has that Luden's upgrade as well, this is when G2 can really start to force fights, and that's when Rogue have to be a little bit careful, because
That crown shot he changed.
You can see that while
What the
Hansa
fuck?
is still
What do you
very
mean crown
strong,
shot
sitting on
changed?
a lot of gold, the rest of Rogue haven't quite caught up yet, and I feel that G2 is going to be a little bit stronger a little bit earlier, so that brief window is a time period that Rogue have to respect when playing against G2.
It's very exciting to see Rogue in a position where they're going into this mid game
Okay.
even as possible.
So here we get the BT Draven. I actually don't even know if BT Draven is good anymore. Seems like Muramana is just the way. I think Muramana is just too OP.
The number one team from the regular season. They've been consistently underestimated.
And there's so much healing reduction in the game anyway. I don't know.
They're fine. We can beat them. You know, they're
And
cooking
some people
now.
like
They
the
do same
Sanguine
thing
Blade.
with
I
Draven.
really don't like the Sanguine
Well,
Blade
now we see
myself,
Draven,
but I think
Ader,
Muramana is
Lilia,
pretty good.
And Larsen's Akali, which has been definitely impactful.
They picked it in LCK today. In the finals, they picked
Such a
Draven.
different look for Rogue too, because all summer long they've been
But,
such a good team
yeah,
fight.
I think it's
Playing the
pretty
front
okay
line,
right now.
5v5, that all looks great. But this game, it's not about that. You have all these different players with really high ceilings on their champions. To
I mean, the thing about Muramana
once
is,
again stuck out in this
yeah, like
top
Muramana is so fucking cheap is the problem.
Start the recall. It is just a matter of time until he gets found out. Had no tower. Didn't
Like it's
really
2,300 gold, you get like 100 AD or some
good
shit.
damage down onto Caps.
Damn, it sucks that
Unable
Caps
to
like
do anything more meaningful, is now inspired.
forced Jankos to
Now
ult
making
by
his way
walking
for
up.
Swell Seed will tag onto Mickey. Dredgeline will be available for Vander after the flay and the box are dropped down. There's
Damn,
no
they Shen ulted
Draven
this.
nearby. As the whirling death
Alright.
flies across the map as
So
Nice
Caps
ultimate
has his
follows up with the
Ludens.
bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, he's farming
Triforce
up
on Hecarim
pretty
really
sure
big.
that's what that ultimate was about picking up her.
So Jankos can play the Hecarim.
Recall
Good shit.
top side of the map.
So only one drag has been taken, so Dragon is not like a huge win condition for either team right now.
G2 is the team fight comp. They have such powerful engage. Their backline can be
Top
massive.
diff wider than the
High
Grand
range there
Canyon
as
this
well.
series? Yeah.
Rogue have
I
to be
mean,
very
dude,
creative
go look at my
in
tweet.
fights, finding
Go look at my
different
tweet from
sources
however
of
long ago.
defense to actually
This was
be
me
able
like
to
12 hours ago. Okay, wait, hold up.
against
Okay,
the
never mind.
top
Blue
four
buff
first.
just goes
Otherwise,
aside
front
of
end, it is
Rogue.
really hard to power through the front line of I mean, Hecarim, especially once he gets his Death Dance and the Shen ult on top. It's going to be difficult.
And if they manage to do that, you've then got Caps with the Luden's Echo completed now, Perks with the mana.
This is
Still
me
stacking
12 hours
defensive
ago,
mana
or
to try to deal with, and Draven is
16 hours ago I
one of his
tweeted this.
ranged champion, so definitely has to deal
Like,
with whatever's in
it's so
front of
fucking
him.
obvious if you watch
Minutes
LEC
to
that
go
Wonder was
before
just
the
gonna
post.
manhandle this child.
Pretty shallow wards on both sides, but Rogue have vision in the river, and G2 on their side of the jungle.
So what I find really interesting about this game specifically is we could have a Mountain Soul. And if Rogue get that, Bloodthirster with potentially Overheal, with potentially Mountain Drake, he could have a shield that's literally the size of his health on top of that Draven. And Draven is already quite a challenging champion to kill. So in the event that does happen, he only gets even harder. So something
Stop
that
bully Finn. Well,
both teams
isn't
definitely
Finn
keep
like
their eyes
Finn
out.
is like what,
There is also so
2021?
much healing
It's like
on
around that
Rogue's
age.
team.
And
Definitely
how old
we
is
need to consider some form of
how old
anti-healing
is
to be able to cut through that, because
Wonder?
Rogue's
Wonder's like
making
what,
his way
22
through. I see,
maybe?
There we go. Looking for Caps.
Okay, then Dredgeline will not find a target. Wonder does not
Still pretty
have
young.
his ultimate available, but he does have the TP if anything were to break out. The dragon has just spawned. and
I'm
Rogue
only a
is making a move
17-year-old.
towards the river.
He's not
I love
17.
that even though we're in a game 5, you know, you expect G2
The
to
fucking
still
meme
be
is so
willing to make
so
aggressive plays,
weird.
but you wouldn't
Where'd
say
it
the
come
same
from?
for Rogue.
Oh, this is very bold. Flashing cleanse are still available.
Okay.
There's the flash as well. But now the rest of Rogue
Get the
they're
cleanse
gonna
and the
pick
flash
up
out there.
Dragon, so trading
You don't even care about this
similar
Drake.
stars for Dragon. Don't know
It's only
how I feel
second.
about that one as the Rift Herald
You
is
can probably get
finally
mid turret off
spawned.
this, which is worth.
As long as Hansama doesn't get caught out like that again in the next few minutes, maybe that can pay off.
Does cost him both his summon
He's
spells,
12 too
meaning
far.
that G2
Okay,
can
calm
look-
down.
I mean, remember that their dive comp is, its purpose is to kill these carries. So that could
No,
be
it's
very...
to kill Hansama. It's just Hansama.
And if they kill him, then they're definitely in a good position.
I mean, I just don't think that there's scaling on the side of Rogue at all. Like, this should just be a hard G2 win. Senna, Syndra, Hecarim with the Shen, like, that's going to scale pretty fucking well. Enemy team is, like, almost no scaling at all.
Easy for Rogue.
Draven, like, kinda scales. Not really.
The Mountain Drake, so potential Mountain Soul, that extra shielding could be very valuable for both sides.
It's crazy to think 20 minutes into game 5, G2 only have 1,000 gold lead, but they are down 2 dragons to Rogue. The winner will play Fnatic tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that. And we still don't technically know who's going to come out on top here. There's no noticeable advantage.
Why is everyone flaming Finn?
Both sides have had dominating
I mean,
wins
it's just
throughout
Finn is just the
series.
weakest part of Rogue by far. Like, their ball lane has been solo killing literally every game.
Pretty much setting up
Larson
some
is
big fights,
one of the best
to
players on the
decide
team.
entire series.
Inspired's been solid.
feel like G2 are in such a comfortable position right now.
But
because
Finn
of
just, like,
the strength
runs
of the
it
fight. Even down to
mercilessly.
Dragons, all they have to do is make sure Hansama does not cash in on that Draven, because I think that's sort of the last thing that could really swing it back for Rogue, is you make Hansama super insanely fed on this champion, picking up a big.
It's nice of you to call him a part of Rogue. I mean, I'm just trying to be cordial here, you know.
Like the reason he got caught out.
Gotta play the role of the nice caster.
Was because he was farming.
'Cause that's what
and
people
then
come to
trying
my
take
stream
the
for.
aggressive path back towards the Drake. So it really for him has been all about building up those adoration stacks, and if he can cash in, then it's all worth. But if he doesn't, I feel like G2 have everything they need to be able to take a fight.
And you can see that as the lanes.
Why did Wonder go the anti-heal dagger and not Bramble? It's much better when you're trying to force on somebody, because Bramble means that Aatrox has to auto attack, and Aatrox could just choose to not auto attack the Shen and just like Q the wave, uses auto attacks on the wave, trade with only his Qs, and then the anti-heal is never applied. Whereas Executioners is just forced with his own auto attacks. Oh, this guy is beyond dead. Yeah, he's beyond dead. He's the thing after dead, and Inspired's dead too. That was actually really bad from Jankos, though. He should have waited on his ult until the Drowsy came out, so he could immune it. Could have at least got Lilia's flash. Very least.
Saw an opportunity, he called for the ultimates to come in, and this is the wombo combo that we talked about games ago.
But you have taunt, but the taunt can be outplayed. And if the taunt is outplayed, then you can't apply it.
The Senna ulti, the Heket ulti, there's very little the Hansama can do without any.
I think the yeah, I think it's fine. Like Aatrox can just save his E for your taunt and just dodge it.
That's the problem. Finn is still significantly further behind Wonder, and what Aatrox is going to offer.
And the taunt is like long cooldown, or not long cooldown, but it's longer cooldown than Aatrox E, combined with the fact that like the anti-heal doesn't stay on that long. It's not like if he taunts you and you auto him once, then it's just going to be applied for the next 12 seconds until your taunt's back or whatever.
Drawn up towards the top side of the map. The fact that it was harder for Rogue to be able to contest things like the Rift Tower.
You realize that we will know if Double Lift was the problem today? Yeah, I just don't see it like that. People like want all these narratives to be decided, but like I don't think that you necessarily. I don't think the winner of this series is suddenly like, oh shit, well TL was right or wrong, or Jensen is better than Bjergsen, or Bjergsen's better than Jensen. Like I could see Jensen winning and still Bjergsen being the better player. I could see Jensen losing and still outperforming Bjergsen in the match. I don't think that it's just 1-to-1 like people want to make it.
I still believe that Rogue can do it though. I still believe that with the champions that they have, it only takes one good fight, but Finn has the TP, so does Larssen. G2 looking for a play in the top side of the map.
We'll take the blast cone over.
How much do they want it?
Inspired has his flash available if he needs it. Baron helping out.
First got absolutely murdered by Baron and the E there.
He walks through. The whirling death will not find its
Alright, I don't know about that Draven ult. I guess Draven ult is just that useless.
Yeah, pretty much on cooldown. To farm side lanes, to scout the jungle as well.
History is decided by the victor.
Actually, the recall being
But it's just like
canceled
not,
there by
though.
Hansama is pretty devastating for them. He's not going to be able to reset and get back bot side in time, so Rogue are going to have to give up this dragon no contest. I think Hansama's going to say, okay, I'm going to keep on farming up, make sure I can get my Infinity Edge on this next base. But for Rogue, I feel like looking for an early Dragon Soul is going to be really pivotal for them, because, again, I do not favor this team in a team fight. I don't think they actually have a cohesive enough 5v5, and their front line is doing nothing. Like, Finn is not going to be able to soak up damage coming through from caps. That's a QR combo. And he's
History is decided by Reddit,
so
yeah.
It really does come down to whether or not Hansama can survive the dive. And
Well, history is weird. Like, history is just not a thing when it comes to League of Legends esports.
What's he going to do against a level 13 Hecarim with a level 14?
Like, when it comes to, like, NBA and stuff like that, there's some, like, facts that, like, people won't argue with. But in League, like, it's just, I don't know, people just have such weird perceptions of what happened.
This game is only going to get harder, which is why we put so much emphasis and focus on this bot side of the map, and the fact that Hansama has not been able to snowball out of control only makes this game more difficult. Now, he does have the Infinity Edge, so if Rogue were to find an opportunity, you're kind of looking at now to try and force it, but we'll see if they're able to make it happen.
there may even be a tipping point here for Rogue where the focus goes away from Hansama. You know so much dive is going to
Anyone of the two mid laners playing better than the other today? Still have an argument on who is better overall. Series has improved. Yeah, I mean, that's also the fact. You can have a better series and not be a better player.
Get into the G2 backline. Can they wreak havoc back there? Because G2, very, very so powerful. They're looking for the dive.
Okay, Finn, let's see it.
So much trouble. Stand United as well as Yankos
Holy
jumping
shit.
onto him. Whenever Yankos has his Ghost and Ultimate available, he's looking for a target.
Hey,
So
but
the
he
play,
looked good dying there.
dead sentence,
Let's
making
be
sure
honest.
trying to pick
Wait,
up the kill.
what did
He
Larson
was
just
able
do?
to. Larson's able to escape for now.
Oh,
The
the
redemption.
Oh!
It's gone!
Redemption gap?
No!
Holy shit.
Redemption!
The redemption,
Oh, I
it
feel
gapped
so bad.
hard there.
G2 find themselves 2 kills, and they start peeling back towards
Do you even go Baron here?
And
I
crucially,
guess you can. You have
bot
pretty
lane
shit
G2,
Baron
the
damage. I
duo
feel like
that
Baron's
has
pretty
struggled
unnecessary in this
during the late
situation.
phase is able to get a clutch pick
They're
on
trying to have
Larson. This could open up the Baron
Okay, they
for
decided
G2,
not
but
to
they're
go
not
for
gonna
it.
take
Good.
a gamble.
I actually think that that's the
They
right call.
have
I don't think
a lot
Baron
of
is good here.
ultimates. They're not going to risk it. They're just going to be happy with the vision, but Rogue is falling further and further behind in this game
According to the
fight.
score,
And it's
Beggy
like
is the
Rogue
best
are
jungler
going
of all
out with
time.
a
I
really
actually
good
don't think that's
start.
ridiculous.
So
I would say
all
I'd
series
probably
long,
share
they've
that
been
opinion.
forcing plays, they've been losing plays. In the games they've lost, they have been making mistakes. with
If you're
the
looking at
game
like
going too
greatest
far.
junglers of all
This one,
time,
it is now G2
I'd say you have to put Bengi in the conversation. He's played so many clutch, great games in World Finals or really insane series that mattered a ton.
It's not,
People just
unfortunately,
underrate
a lot of
Bengi
that has
super
stemmed
hard.
from those
They're like,
early games.
Dandy
It's
like
just
popped off really hard and won World Championship in Season 4. He's the best of all time.
any of those other lanes. And I'm gonna ask
Like
everyone
anyone who
to
says
shout
Dandy's
if
the
you think
best is
Rogue
just
can
like
pull it
so
back. Do you
delusional.
think
Like
they
it's
can
so hard to
win this
argue with
game?
that, man.
Vote in chat. Can Rogue bring it back? Yes, to say they can.
Like
and they'll
Dandy
win.
literally had like
To say yes,
one
for
good
G2
year.
To close this one out. Obviously, G2 in an advantage, you know, plus 3K, plus the compositional advantage, the tools they have unlocked. But you can't deny the fact that if Hansama or Larson can find either caps or perks, that can be a big difference maker in these team fights. But it's a tall task.
Like, the crazy thing about team fights is how things should go on paper is not always how things pan out, right? That's ultimately the beauty of League of Legends, and I think like team fights themselves are what can be so fluctuating.
Man, how useless is Finn this entire game?
One big mistake could cost G2 massively.
weird.
You can see that the fans in chat heavily believe that G2 have locked this one in, that Rogue will not be able to come back, but there is still a couple of diehards. I respect that. Still some belief in Rogue. Like, I'm optimistic. I think the Draven can still turn this around. I'm keeping my eye on Hansama. Level 14 has his summoner spells up.
And Rogue are looking to attack around the top lane. They want to go to Wonder and play around Hansama, just camping inside the Tri-Brush for the time being, but as soon as G2 show around this area, they can't commit to the play because it would take them so long to actually finish off Wonder. G2 would be able to rotate around and finish them off. So now Rogue constricted. They have to play underneath their towers. They know that the hard engage of G2 can come at you from so far away. That's the power of this Hecarim. Vander tries to
Carson wins Worlds this year. Will be the GOAT. Depends on what fashion he wins it in. If he's like a clear, outstanding member on his team, sure. If he wins and it's like Knight carrying the world, then it's not gonna go like that. This game is so unlosable for G2.
And I'm definitely gonna look forward to
I just wonder when they decide to start Baron.
discussing this series after today,
Since he has a
because
Soul Stealer
regardless
now
of
as
who
well.
ends up winning this game,
I mean, they win the later the game goes, so I don't even think they're that pressured.
questions and performance and,
Yeah.
and let's say discussion-worthy topics.
Sure.
right?
Like, this
For example,
Draven
games
looks
that we've
strong,
seen
but he's
that
gonna get
sloppy
fucking
wins from
clapped
both
in a fight.
sides. We've seen some exceptional play.
Caps can
and
put him
we've
in the
seen
fucking
some,
dirt.
just mechanical mistakes.
Especially
So
once he hits
it's-
16.
It's just interesting, and then you start thinking of the ramifications. Both these teams going towards Worlds. One of them, first or second seed, they'll face Fnatic tomorrow. One of them losing today is now Rogue are losing their inhibitor tower. There's no one to defend. Finn will finally have some support from Inspired. And that's going to at least get the Umbral chase to
Damn,
pull it
Inspired
back,
Flash there.
instantly escaping.
It's actually
Not gonna be able
huge.
to find anything.
It's such a painful force right there from Aspires because Rogue know what's happening to them.
It's
They
a
know that
massive
Dominate
flash to
cannot
use
be
because a lot of times, as Lilia, you want to engage the fight by Q flash, ulti into stopwatch.
Clicks Lance and get out to safety. Rogue. I
So
don't
the fact
know
that that's
what
not
this is gonna be.
available anymore, I think that matters a lot.
It's mountain map, so you can play in the fog of war. There's so many more pockets of vision you can hide from if you are G2 looking to find a pick.
Face checking a Syndra is always a very scary thing to do, especially a
Okay, the
level
locket for the
61.
Shen.
Mejai's check, by the way.
I actually feel like Randuin's would have been really good here. I don't feel like he has enough armor. The Shen. I mean, I guess he
Just
does.
crossed over the 60 mark, so
I like Randuin's in general. I just don't know how I feel about the Randuins in this game
Oh, it's
specifically.
Finn, of course it's
Always
Finn.
Well, that's Finn going to be in a lot of trouble. The onslaught was not used, luckily close enough to the towers and not close enough to caps. Nearly 300 adoration stacks for Hansama, by the way. So
Perk's chilling, yeah.
he
There's
needs
no
to get
reason
that
to
pick,
not
and
be
then
chilling
needs
in
to
this
get
game.
another pick, and
He is
then
chilling for good
try and
reason.
find a way to claw back
He is
his
playing
gold
Senna.
deficit,
They're
because
scaling.
right
It's
now,
great.
Rogue don't control their jungle. They don't control really their lanes. They're losing control of their future in the finals.
G2 are just making all the right decisions too. Even the items. Lock of the Iron
They're married to getting Proto Belt on Lilia? Nah. Item sucks. Leandre's into Zanya's is mainly what you go in pro play. 5v5 topside, but they can just go onto Hansama. Oh, Hansama got hooked. I think they can just go. They have ulti on Jankos. I'm pretty sure Jankos can just go here. Why are they so afraid? Uh-oh. Wait. Caps just got one shot. Wait. Did Caps just throw the entire game? If they don't kill him here, it's doomed. Oh my god, wait. Caps just threw. Caps just threw in crunch time. What the fuck? It's so crazy. Dude, they just needed to go with the I'm pretty sure all they needed to do was just go hard with the Hecarim Shen combo there. Okay. Perks gets one. He's trying to stall until they have TP. Oh no, he can't do anything. It's gone.
Should never have been able to come back into this game, but it is one fight saving Hansama in the top lane. They show up so huge.
Damn, that's so crazy. Caps had stopwatch, he had flash, he had everything, and he just walked in and died.
In the chaos of the setup, Rogue TPing in behind.
I'm pretty sure if Jankos just went in with Shen out there, the game is just won. And Caps can just follow up?
Yeah, I mean, Caps getting hooked there was
like, I'm pretty sure they can just go here.
at the start. It's just how
Why
you
can't they go?
three members of G2
Why can't Hecarim just run directly in with Shen?
down on the bottom. So right away, G2 can't instantly commit because Rogue are
Like, you saw how long the Hecarim was able to tank for it with Death Dance and Shen ult.
Also, Inspired is going to put Perks to sleep on the backside. So Perks does nothing in this fight. He's the damage dealer. He's the only one that's left once Caps goes down. But now it is just Jankos Wonder in the thick of
Like,
it.
look at how tanky Jankos is. Look at how long it takes for them to kill him.
Destroy any melee champion in front of him.
The fact that Caps died so quickly, I think, was so crucial.
What a cancel.
Really good cancel there from Finn as well. And doesn't matter how strong Wonder is when he's in a 1 versus 5. The fact that Rogue are able to pick up this Baron is just
I don't know. I think they were just chilling there.
momentum. The fact that Hansama survives as well.
I think you kill Hansama and there's not enough sustained damage to kill the other people.
Now in his back
The Kali is not going to be able to 1v5 them. The Lilia with these items will 1v5.
damage in that fight.
They still had Senna ult.
Terrible laning phase.
They have stopwatch for Syndra. I don't know. I think that they're just chilling. I still think the G2 wins this game, by the way.
Rogue a chance to go to the finals.
I think it's just a really grief play by them.
I was ready to write them off. I was ready to see another G2.
But now Hansama has Death Dance, so they're going to need healing reduction other places. Rapid fire for Senna. Senna's huge.
So now we're back at neutral. 2 dragons apiece.
I heard you talking shit. What do you mean? He didn't do anything in that fight. Just because he did damage, like, okay, man, it's really easy to just spam your abilities as Aatrox when you're Nautilus hits a hook, the enemy AD carry is one shot, and you're just hitting fucking tanks. He's literally just hitting Shen and Hecarim with his combos over and over. Like, that's not actually him playing well.
Now neutralized. Rogue, in fact, getting a slight gold lead.
It's not like he's the one that made the play. He just
They're right back
walked
here
around.
are Rogue, but Hansama, no flashes,
and did
but he's
damage.
only just going to be returning, so he still has to look out for
Are they
G2.
gonna find him?
The vision, everyone
He canceled the taunt at the end. Oh, you mean when they had already won the fight and they were probably going to kill the guy anyway? What is this? This is troll. What is happening? Look at where Syndra is. Now they're going for it when Syndra's over here? This is the most grief fight I've ever seen. What is happening? G2 is literally just like, I don't know, they're just sending it.
And Inspired still has
They're
the
sending it in crunch time.
And Rogue can press the gas. Inspired has to flash away here, and the hook does not connect onto Finn, but that's asleep. That's Perks.
That's it. Look, how can Hansama get in that he can't get because Caps manages to make a 2-man stun. He slows the engage from Rogue, and he's still got his ultimate available to him. There's a lot
It's
of
crazy
squishes
seeing these
on
decisions
Rogue's
being
side.
made.
Caps was able to close.
I think that G2 can still potentially get this dragon, though. Actually, 20 odd Jankos. Never mind, they can't. Well, it's really weird. Like, why are they going for this play? Look at where Syndra is. Syndra has no TP as well, and there's no healing reduction for the... And now they're focusing on Syndra. Like, this is so weird to me. Just lost his mind or what? What could they have even thought was happening? I really don't know.
And right back in live, we see G2 are trying to teleport for this dragon. It's
Oh, dragon's
either way
up.
for these two
I
teams.
guess
Rogue
Baron is
carries
off as
so
well.
much momentum, but still, seconds away from Hansama getting his flash back up, and we know that is so critical for Rogue.
I like the call that Rogue are going to back away in game 2. They threw themselves at multiple fights that they did not need to. No ways. No. Okay, that was close.
Classic Yanko's throw.
Observers baiting us a little bit there with some
Well,
expectation.
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
But
I can't
Rogue will
even
only
say.
get one more of those dragon freebies because they have to contest the next one. They cannot just.
I think it
sit
might be
back
time
and
to sell
wait.
the Soul Stealer for Death Cap, though, if Caps has it.
He's so rich. He's just so rich. But also, this gold represents how important Caps is to these team fights. If he's not there, you shouldn't fight. He has all of your gold. He has so much of your damage.
They need a healing reduction on somebody else. That's
Involve
not
him.
Wonder.
Otherwise, you're not going to win the 5v5.
They need healing reduction from somewhere else onto Hansama. Hansama has Death Stance PT. If they keep on diving him and Hecarim doesn't have healing reduction, then the guy's just going to live for sure.
So far away. But the terrible thing about Hecarim is you're so fast that sometimes your team can't catch up. And if G2 continue to go for these types of fights, they will lose and they will not be able to finish off Hansama.
Exactly what happened in the top.
How many stacks does Perks have? It's actually pretty interesting.
Start to accelerate ahead now. Okay, so 4 minutes until the next Dragon, 1 minute until Baron. It really feels like we're at a neutral state unless someone gets caught out of position because nobody wants to take the risk of fighting unless there's an objective to contest. What do you want to see from Rogue, who are now in a much more realistic
Did he
position?
sell the... Oh wow, he has Death Cap on top of the...
We think in terms of straight up team fights, we still like the G2 comp.
The book.
See Rogue bundle up into a little ball every single
Soul
fight.
Stealer.
Like,
I don't know.
the
We'll see.
harder you make it for G2 to dive, the better you're going
I guess his
to
next two items
Notice
should
that
just
on
be
some of
Void
the level 7
plus
teams,
Stopwatch.
have a level
I think
advantage
Void is really good in this game.
on Perks, and
You're
as
into
long as
Death
Ader
Stance.
is hugging
You
him,
have
protecting him, there
a little
is
bit of
real
MR
world
everywhere.
where Rogue
I think it's
are
just
able
worth
to
it.
win at these 5 versus 5s. It's just very much about keeping
I think
him
Void
alive.
is actually just an OP
Phantom
item.
Dance with the Death Stance with the Bloodthirster, it's only getting harder to kill him. And so as long as they can keep this little death ball, then Rogue have a real shot of winning
Okay,
this
Baron's in
game
20
and making
seconds.
their way to the final.
I like
Let's see the
depth
setup.
I want it to just be 4 players. I think Larson needs to get into the G2 backline. He has the stopwatch.
Okay, and now Perks pulled out the Executioner's Calling. It's kind of a hard fight for Perks to play, though. Like, he can get one shot really easily.
That has to be so critical to Rogue and the extra pressure he could put on towards Perks as well. If Larson can split up the front line for the back line, that is huge success for him.
Well, we've seen Larson do it a couple times this series on that.
Alright.
Talking about Perks, he's hit 100 stacks on his passive as well.
Let's have to group
2.5
up.
minutes away from this.
Play together.
Dragon
Should be
taking
fine.
Vision. Not a lot around the Dragon Pit right now. Still a little
Cheesy threw this game so hard. It was literally unlosable.
Baron Pit. And it looks like Rogue are currently cheating towards that objective.
Remember, G2 have so many different pick tools, and on Mountain Map you have those extra little terrain things that pop on up there. You can hide in many more pockets of Fog of War and look for picks. G2 have mid push. You're gonna be able to use this to walk.
100 souls for Perks, okay. It's pretty fucking good.
Inside these fights.
G2 found themselves in a very similar position against Fnatic. The game went long, the fights were close, and now this could be their last-ditch effort. It was you, Quickshot.
Who has the
that gave
highest
us that
base
stack,
HP?
lost to
I have
game
no
5.
clue.
The
It's
team
definitely not
defense
Senna by the
they
looks of it, though.
have lost both of them, and for Rogue to be able to create the upset, to be able to make their first final in the organization's history would be huge. And we would continue to see the evolution of European players making it to the top and challenging the best.
And to push a team in G2 that was top 2 in the world in 2019 to not be top 2 in Europe in 2020 would truly be incredible for this team.
And they've got a
Okay.
minute until the next Dragon to make it a reality.
How long for Randuin's for Wonder?
I feel like
Does he have
Rogue
it here or
are going
no?
to contest this. I don't think they want to give up the soul for free. There's not a lot of vision set up. Finn is starting to push this bottom wave. And G2, they're busy pushing.
Doesn't.
out
So
the
it's
mid
soul for
lane.
G2 in 1 minute.
In the inventories for now.
Soul for G2 in 1 minute
But
is
do you
actually,
reckon
like,
they'll
pretty
get these
fucking big.
skirmisher fights at this Dragon?
G2 can actually keep on stalling, but G2 does outscale this game. But I mean, now that Kali is just on 4 items for no reason, where they could have just won the game for free.
Is only going to be valuable. Hecarim, just kind of looking at his items, I was going to say he's starting to fall off a little bit here.
It's because he hasn't been able to farm.
He hasn't been able to
hit
farm
his third
anything.
item, and now G2, like, the carries are taking the camps. On the other side, Larson just got the rabbit on Death Cap. Finn sitting on an elixir. Elixir in fights like these is so powerful. I always want teams to go back to base and pick those up. It's level 18 fights. It's almost 6 items for both 2 teams, and it's a Mountain Soul in 20 seconds.
Caps has his teleport sitting in base waiting. Stand United is available for Wonder.
So
as
what did
well. Caps
Sinja just
is
back for? A blue pot? I guess that's it.
From the inner middle lane.
He just has a blue pot.
Gonna start pushing forward. Not gonna find a stun.
Look at that damage from Perks, though. It's one auto. They're TPing in.
It's G2 with mid lane priority.
Where's Hecarim? Hecarim's in front. So Hecarim's not getting a flank here.
Larson can split the team. He's looking for the flank.
They gotta be really careful of the Akali flank.
We're gonna have a smite fight inside the pit. Who's gonna pick it up? And he got it.
Oh, they got it.
They get the soul.
Mountain Soul, pretty big here. They can just disengage. Aatrox got hooked. They have to just keep constantly thinking about Akali's flank, though. It's actually a really big soul. It's not the end of the world. Like, Mountain Soul is not the most OP, but 4 mountains with 2 champions that are relatively tanky, combined with the fact that you now have a little bit of a shield on Perks, which is pretty fucking good. It's all right.
They're coming into the river and watch the flank. Larson and Finn are on the top side of the fight, looking to pincer down and hit the G2 backline.
Have to go now. Have to go now.
I guess they just go for it here. You can just finish it. Okay. They got it again. Larson is almost one shot. Oh, okay. Yanko's got him anyway. It's fightable. It's fightable. It really is fightable, guys. I guess they just want to back off, but Larson was dead there. And they still had Sentinel. I think it was definitely fightable. I guess they had no Sentinel, so they didn't want to risk. They didn't want to risk throwing the game there.
Second decision making to sprint to the Baron and take that from right under Rogue's noses.
It is heartbreaking for Rogue because they never even got a fight. There was no opportunity.
It's gonna be GA for Hecarim.
Any of their powers, any of their strengths, because they were basically just.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like the GA here. Probably would have preferred Randuin's.
The Baron was a gamble that G2 were able to lock down.
Randuin's is pretty fucking good here. I think Thornmail's pretty decent as well.
That will be no easy task as Rogue still stand firm.
Unbelievable.
I'm not a fan of GA, honestly. I think GA is just kind of a shit item, honestly. It's just pretty bad overall. Doesn't give you many stats. Most of the time, you just die and then spawn and then die again. 41 minutes, what a banger. Dude, we're going straight into LCS, I guess. Holy fuck.
Throughout the rest of the series,
Majai sold for void staff. Yeah, that's what we said.
This has not been Larson's game for the majority of it, and now it has become even more.
6% per Drake, I think, for mountains, and then 4% for Infernals.
How do you kill Caps and Perks? It is so difficult for Rogue at this point into the game. Hansama has capped out 6 items now on his Draven, and Rogue are just one team fight away from losing their base.
Doesn't look like Rogue are going to find an opportunity to initiate anything just yet. Finn has teleport available, but
damn, look at the damage on the range.
His base is being torn apart by members of G2 and those Baron empowered minions.
From Perks here. Whenever he has his rapid fire up, it's just doomed for the enemy.
Chunk people out of Rogue's own base and concede onto these towers.
Perks is saving the auto too. He doesn't want to auto the turret. Okay, he'll auto this now.
We've seen in previous games how hard it is to find a flank when G2 are sieging
all
the
right.
top lane on this side of the map. It's not possible to get in.
You can just rotate and get everything here.
Structure to structure, eviscerating Rogue's base.
The dredge line does not connect onto a target, so therefore Rogue cannot find the initiation. Death sentence goes a little bit wide, but it doesn't matter. The base.
Yeah, Banner almost got one shot by Syndra through his stone plate.
And the second inhibitor's going to fall.
Oh my god, that's the clutch vintage Perks right there.
This could be the final push.
Let's fucking go. Dude, people say what you want about Perks. The games that mattered, his Ashe games, this game, the games they won, Perks played well on every single one. He's just good when it matters, man.
Here comes the next minion wave. G2 ready to push into the base. Just 2 Nexus turrets, and the Nexus in the way of facing Fnatic tomorrow. Perks so
spoiled.
Into the base. Larson has to do something.
Wait, why? How did they spoil it?
They've got 1 Nexus turret. They're so tantalizing close to the final to defend their title. That's inspired. He goes golden.
Go on, Hansama. Hansama is dead. Oh, it's doomed. Holy shit, G2 gave us a heart attack for what reason? We almost missed out on a G2 Fnatic final because Caps wanted to play for fun for a little bit.
Game epic. G2 Esports will take down Rogue. They just need to get a couple more kills and finish off this Nexus, as is the G2 way. Make it dramatic, make it flashy. G2 eliminate Rogue.
All right, dude. That's a solid one.